Hi, this is Jamie with Harper Therapy, and I am here with Miss Tony. And she's been writing blogs this month on the journey of life and kind of rediscovering ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we're going to talk about emotion.
Woo woo. So I think last week, towards the end of the video, Jamie did like an excellent job of like leaping us into this week, talking about that we know something's off, we could feel it, like your internal isn't matching your external, and you just know something's not okay. That's your body trying to tell you something. Your body's trying to say, hey, check things out, let's see what's going on. And we don't know how to listen to our bodies at all. Yeah. One of the biggest things I see in therapy is people can't, when I tell clients like, okay, well, where do you feel that in your body? They look at me like I have 8 heads. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they don't know how, like, what to do with that. And then when I ask them to identify what they're feeling, that totally throws it for a loop. And yes. They can't name that at all. I think our society, unfortunately, does a really bad job of explaining emotions. And really, we only know happy, mad, sad. And even those, we kind of suck at them.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it's really interesting, even the word emotion has the word motion in it. And we are like masters at bottling and putting it down and sticking it away rather mm-hmm. than allowing it to move through us or communicate something to us.
I love that. Look at you. I like it. Yeah, it's true. And we you know, as it's coming up, we don't acknowledge it. We try. And then that's when the anxiety comes. One of the best ways I explain anxiety is you've been pushing your stuff down, and it needs to get out. And it's like shaking up a soda can, and then it sprays everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting, as we do the accelerated resolution therapy, we'll ask people to identify where they're feeling feelings in their body. And so much of the time, if someone says they feel it in their chest, if you ask them, are you having heartache? Is something hurting you? If it feels in their stomach, is there anxiety? If they have weight across their shoulders, a lot of the time they feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. So there's so many ways our bodies are trying to talk to us. Mm-hmm. And we're just so dang busy in our culture to slow down and actually be like, what is my body saying?
Yep.
It's not natural, normal.
No, not at all. I had someone recently that we were talking, and she was like, you know, it's just in my stomach. I feel it must be anxiety. I feel kind of sick. I don't know what it is. I was like, what if that's excitement? Mm-hmm. And you just haven't felt it in a long time and you're not used to it. And her mind was like blown. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, huh. And it just like opened up her whole world. And she was like, okay then. So, you know, it's not easy. So the first thing we have to do when you wake up and you look in that mirror and you're like, this isn't what I want. And then you check your body head to toe and you start feeling things. You got to get a little curious about, okay, where is that coming from? What does that mean? Because I always give personal examples because it's what I do. When I have really big emotions, I yell. And my daughter does not like it. And she tells me that it makes her, she's a little dramatic. She tells me it makes her think that I don't love her. Aww. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That'll be another video. I'll talk about that. But I had to dig deep and be like, okay, what am I yelling about? What am I so mad about? And there was a time where as soon as I would pick her up from school, she wanted to go outside and play with her friends. And I was just getting off work and I'm tired and it's hot out. I haven't been able to get in the house to get a snack, to pee, to do any of the things. And she's already like literally walking out of daycare. She's like, can we go play outside? I'm like, no. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, can't you just let me get home? Mm-hmm. And when I dug deep about what that is, I felt like a terrible mother. And then took it out on her because what mom doesn't want their kid to play outside?
Well, and the mommy guilt.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just always there. And I think for myself personally, when I had 5 sons and I had them all within 9 years, and there was a lot of times I just didn't sit down much. And I did not, so I stuffed things. And it resulted in autoimmune and all sorts of issues because I had so much guilt and overwhelm and stress that I did not know how to address. And I needed help with someone to help me learn how to set set boundaries, for me to care for myself, when to say no, to not to have compassion with myself,
right,
and to ask, like, where's that feeling coming from, and what's the root of that. And once we get to understand that, we can kind of untangle things and get life working for us again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because then realizing it was the mommy guilt, I was able to approach it a little bit differently and be like, hey, Mia, can I just, let me get in the house, let me do a few things. And maybe because it's hot outside, can we do this? Or like trying to work with her, that it was just, I wanted to be able to do something with her. I just didn't, whatever it was. And I think a lot of this, will resonate with moms, because I think moms in particular, like you said, we have kids and there's just this mom guilt that is normal in our culture. Like if you're not if you're not feeling guilty about being a mom, you're not doing it right. But that's wrong. Like you're right. Like as moms, we shove things down, and you should be able to say, no, something, there are days where I'll say, no, Mia, something, I had a really long day at work and I just need a break.
And what an example to her.
Right, like to be able to show that this is,
to how to take care of herself in the future.
Exactly. And realizing, and people are like, oh, but how, no, exactly. I'm teaching her about the boundaries and taking care of yourself and recognizing, hey, I'm really tired and this is hard. So like recognizing your emotions and being able to name them and piece them together is a huge piece of starting your journey of finding yourself. So if you are on this journey, if you are interested to know where that anxiety is coming from, if you want to know even trouble sleeping at night, it could all be leading to tell you something. Give us a call at Harper Therapy, 813-434-3639. Bye, guys.